going to give it a minute. Hi, everybody. My name is Natalie Wasserberg, and this is week 10. And I have to say, this is our last week on the series Adapting to the New Normal, or I actually changed the subject to uh, Navigating Challenging Times. I think this is more appropriate because there's always going to be a new thing. In fact, every day is a new event. There's never anything that's exactly the same. We're constantly changing, forever changing. So the new normal is something that's just a part of life, and it's not really a new normal. It's more of going with life, because life will constantly unfold, will constantly be changing. I'm sure you heard that saying that the only constant is change. Everything, everything is always forever changing. So today I want to kind of wrap it all up and finalize our 10 weeks on the tools I gave you, how to adapt to the new normal. And we covered a lot of different topics, particularly how it is important to pay attention to where you focus on your energy, where your energy is going. I always love to talk about energy because, yes, this is my physical body. I am here in my physical body, but my soul and everything I create comes from that energetic field. My emotions, my feelings, my thoughts, everything is energy. And physical is really just our body, which is just a vehicle for us to experience this life on earth. But everything else is energy. And that's why, if anything you want to remember from this 10 weeks, is that we need to pay attention on how we move our energy, what we focus on. And today I want to talk about something very powerful too, again, on energetic level. And it's about becoming empowered. A lot of us, especially when we go through very challenging times in life, take on this victimhood state. We see ourselves as a victim. It could be just, oh, my parents did that to me. My parents didn't give me enough. I wasn't born in the right family. I wasn't born in the right country. Or it could be, oh, the circumstances, the economy is slow. There's um, recession. The weather is bad. We can find all kinds of many different reasons, and someone or something to blame for what's going on in our lives. And those people who go to therapy, that's where they work. It's that energetic field where they find all of the trauma, all of the wounds that happened in the childhood. And it's important. I talk about that a lot. I help my clients find those wounds, heal those wounds. But then there is a point in time when you finally healed it, when you understand it from energetic point of view, that you, in a way, wanted to go through this so that you can learn something. It's a very spiritual concept that you chose to get into that situation, that family, so that you can heal some wounds. You can resolve that karmic connection. And then at that point, when you finally healed it, when you finally become aware, you want to get out of that victimhood state. There's only so much you can blame your parents for. And the problem is, if you keep doing that, if you keep sitting in that state of victim, you'll just stay there and nothing's going to happen. And what's going to happen energetically, that you'll attract more and more situations that will keep you in that state, will reinforce you to experience victimhood over and over again. Like, you will attract a particular kind of partner in your life that will keep showing you and doing things that will keep you in that victimhood state because you just don't want to get out of it and empower yourself. That's why so many people stay in therapy for years and are still struggling with having happy, fruitful lives because they're just sitting in that victimhood state. We want to get out. When once you get out, you realize this is my responsibility now. Now I have the tools. I understand. I healed myself. I know how to deal with this. I am strong. Now I create my life. I create my life with my thoughts, my emotions, my feelings, my intentions, um, and my beliefs. So that's very important. Beliefs coupled with intention is what how you create your life. And that's the point of power. So you want to get out of that victimhood state because as long as you're sitting in that state, you are not in charge. You don't create life, but you are at the mercy of others. And I'll tell you, uh, especially the one economy is slow or bad. A lot of people struggle with finding jobs sometimes, like they get out of college. It's just my personal experience. And they would use all kinds of things. Economy is bad, too many people with that degree, um, all kinds of things, right? That's why I can't find a job. And let me tell you, I came to this country and I always got a job, always. And I graduated. When I graduated from a business school, I already had a job at a top 4 accounting firms even before I graduated. And then there was a crisis. There was economic crisis, 2008, like right next year after my graduation. And they laid us all off, all the new people. And guess what? A month later, I got a new job. And that's how it went every time. And then I wanted to get a new job. I would go and get a new job during the worst times in the economy. And people would be like, how do you keep getting jobs? It's just because my belief is that I'm responsible. And if I really want it, it's going to happen for me. I'm not a victim of slow economy. So this is just a simple example that you can apply to one part of your life, but I'm talking about everything else. So start paying attention. Where do you find yourself blaming others or circumstances for what's going on in your life and that you can't create or be happy? Because now with all of the tools I've given you over 10 weeks, if you really follow them, this should empower you. This should help you see and become aware that you do indeed create your reality. And as soon as you become empowered and aware of that, the sooner you will create what you truly want. So pay attention where you playing a role of a victim. Another thing to know about role of a victim is that then someone else, if you're a role of a victim, someone else is going to be an abuser. So you don't want to do that. It's a very powerful psychological concept. And I don't have enough time to explain all this, but just start paying attention. One more thing I want to cover today is that consciousness. So I don't know if you've been paying attention to what's going on in the world and with everything that's coming out these days, but it looks like we are stuck. A lot of us are still stuck in very low level of consciousness. Consciousness has levels, and no wonder if you just look even 100 years ago, how humankind is moving up and up. Hopefully it should be moving up. Consciousness, at least in certain groups of people, right? Consciousness is expanding, and this is how we and certain things and wars or and other horrific things in life is because we're finally moving to a higher state of consciousness, like slavery, right? It does not exist anymore, or at least officially it shouldn't exist, because as humankind we move to a higher level of consciousness that it's not right, it's unfair, we are all One, we all came from the same source. And whatever we're doing to the other, ultimately we're doing unto ourselves. And it's preached in all of the religions that say that whatever you do to someone else, you're doing unto yourself, which shows us that we are all one. And hopefully, with time, we move closer and closer to that consciousness. So, the lower level of consciousness is that I am me, you're a threat to me. I have to protect myself. We're different. I have to take from you, or you'll have it, or me have it. It's a zero sum game, right? That's a lower level of consciousness. We want to start moving to a higher level of consciousness, which is understanding that whatever is happening to you affects me, whatever I'm doing affects others, because we are all having this ripple effect. We're all drops in the big ocean. And it seems like, yes, I'm all alone, but you are just a part, just a little drop of this whole big ocean. And consciousness, when we need to expand and move to the higher levels of consciousness, understanding that however we're treating ourselves is how it's going to translate to other people. However we're treating other people is what we are bringing onto ourselves. It's all energy. Sooner or later, you will be affected by how you're treating others, by energy, because we are all one. And this is the level we need to move forward so that we can end all of the discrimination, trafficking, wars, and abuse, because we need to understand that we are hurting ourselves when we're doing that, and vice versa. We need to heal together. We need to move to the higher state of consciousness, which is compassion, empathy, love, um, forgiveness, um, kindness, ultimate understanding that we all came from that same source. And you can call it whatever you want, universe, God, higher self. We all came from that source. That's why we're so stuck. That's why we're still experiencing all this unrest in the world and discrimination and hostility, because we are just stuck in that lower vibration of consciousness that separates us, gives us that illusion that we are different, that we need to fight, we need to compete. And in our Western society here, competition is a big thing. And it's again, it's a misconception, and it's false idol. So I want to end this series with that. I'm gonna skip meditation. I'm just gonna leave you with thinking, how am I gonna raise my expand my consciousness? How am I gonna move up, become more aware? Because by doing that, first of all, you free yourself from all this other stuff that's going on in the lower level of consciousness, such as fear, lack, hostility. By going higher, you leave that stuff. You move up to inspired state. You move up to that love state, those positive feelings and emotions. Not only will you benefit in your life, because you will get empowered, you'll understand, you'll pay attention, but everyone around you will benefit from it. And that's my message at the end of this 10 weeks. Take responsibility for your state, for your consciousness, how you see the world, and energetically, it will ripple around, it will spread around from you outside. And that's how we all collectively bring ourselves up and the world. All right, I hope this was very helpful to all of you. And I think I'm still going to partner with this website, Wellbeing, .org, and probably we're going to start it all over again for those who would still love to go through the course of 10 weeks. So I'll keep you posted on that. Check my Instagram, my YouTube channel. And for now, this is the end, and I wish you all good luck and happiness. And again, raise that consciousness. Lead by example. Become the conscious leader. That's one thing, again, I'm working on the series for, since I have this corporate background, series how to become a conscious leader. We need those people. We need people in charge to be conscious. People who understand that what they're doing affects not just themselves, but the whole world and the generations to come. So stay tuned and good luck to you all. It was nice having you for this 10 weeks.